Hello, everybody. Yeah, I know. Just earlier this week, you got an episode on new and updated HaikuDepot applications. So I thought, well, I'll do another one in a month or so. But now we've seen an absolute flood of KDE applications. And look at that. I mean, there's just no end to them. Okay, this is what's known as KDE Gear, which is a large collection of apps that usually get released simultaneously. And so Pegasus released them for Haiku, and I must say we're practically keeping up with the Linux guys on this. And there is some niggles, though, that I just want to talk you through. If you look now, for instance, Gwenview, there are now 2 Gwenviews. Right? And so, what's happening? Which one should you install? Well, we're transitioning from what's called KF5 to KF6. So there are still some issues with KF6, so some apps are for now available in both. On the other hand, if you look at Marble, that's also a KDE app, but there's only one, and still it has been updated. There you go, 25.08.01. So this one has been tested. It is now a KF6. Don't ask me what the F stands for. But it's been tested. It runs, no problem. So if you are already using Marble, then the software updater app or packageman update will just pick it up and update it. Whereas the regular Gwenview, which is 2 years old, will not. So, must you now update to Gwenview KF6? Well, according to this announcement in the forums, no. Well, look, unless you're a developer, in which case you want to install them and, look for bugs, report bugs, fix bugs. Yeah, then, of course, that's a different story. But for most of us, I would say just let software updater do its thing, and as these things get tested and get fixed, like console, for example, right? Or here, Gwenview. Right, so if you're already using Gwenview, just wait, because when this thing is completely tested, it will become the regular Gwenview. And so, if you're just a user of Gwenview, you have no ambition to find bugs and report them, fix them, then I would say just wait, because soon enough, in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, all of those that are now available in 2 versions, this one will disappear from the list and there will just be one Gwenview. Right, and that saves you from having to download a whole bunch of KDE libraries and dependencies until you actually need them. And so that is more or less what the situation is right now. And tomorrow I'm going to have to put all this stuff on the featured app list, and I am going to do that the way I've told you, only the ones that have been updated to the point where KF6 versions is now the default versions. Okay, so don't panic about the KF6 versus the regular ones. It'll all smooth itself out over time. Yeah, and while we're at it, we've got a few new apps. Here you can see K-Trip, K-Tubeling, Kubrick, LSCAT, K-Graph Viewer. Yeah, and strangely enough, according to this, Calligra is also part of KDE Gear. I'm not seeing, so is Digicam. I'm not seeing them in the list yet, but we should still see a upgrade to Calligra then pretty soon. So things are looking up on the KDE apps on Haiku front. Okay, so that's it for this episode. And have a good day.